So this is my review for Blue Jasmine, Woody Allen's 678th feature film. A lot of audiences and critics are saying that this is one of the best Woody Allen films in years. But they always say that. They said that about Match Point when it came out. They said that about Vicky Cristina Barcelona. They said it about Midnight in Paris. They said it about To Rome with Love. Okay, maybe not that last one, but it's still becoming very redundant. This movie still has that frothy dialogue that we love so much from Woody Allen, also the sly bit of parody and the offbeat humor that has made him so famous, maybe since the inception of the script from Annie Hall. But this one is, I think, a lot darker than the last few projects he's had, at least in the past several years. And this movie is what I like to call Streetcar Named Desire if Blanche Dubois lived in San Francisco in the modern day. This movie is so close to Streetcar Named Desire that it's a little alarming. Cate Blanchett would be like Blanche Dubois, or take the place of Blanche Dubois. Sally Hawkins would be Stella. Peter Sarsgaard would be Mitch. Bobby Cannavale would be kind of like the Stanley Kowalski character. In fact, there was one scene where I actually thought that Bobby Cannavale was going to yell at Sally Hawkins, "Hey, Stella!" I know, but I had to say it. Come on, it's a classic line. But Streetcar Named Desire depends very heavily on the intensity of the actors and the ensemble in general. And so does Blue Jasmine. The acting in Blue Jasmine is absolutely outstanding. Cate Blanchett, all hail the queen. She is an amazing, amazing actress. One of the greatest, I think, of the last generation. She is just electrifying in this role. Cate Blanchett is getting a lot older now, but she's not afraid of it. She's not afraid to show you kind of the aged woman and how she's been so affected. And I love that. I think it's great that she's not afraid to show herself without makeup and sobbing. And it's a very raw performance, yet she's very volatile. It just seems like she's tinkering on the edge, and you never know when she's just going to completely lose it and cross the bridge to insanity. She's just, this performance is basically like a raw nerve, and it's very unhinged, and you can't take your eyes off her. So regardless of, of anything else in the movie, you should just see the movie for her. She's great. She is a representation of what the film stands for. And she's also stands for that traditional archetype that Tennessee Williams loves so much, the faded Southern belle. Basically, she is a woman who has passed her prime. She's no longer the success that she once was, and she's fallen on hard times, and she can't let go of the past. And that's a heartbreaking thing. Even though there is the powerhouse that is Cate Blanchett, I think a lot of the other players tend to get neglected by the critics, but they are all wonderful. Sally Hawkins is a joy to watch. She always is. She has this kind of pert quality, a very loving and a vibrance, and she really counterbalances Cate Blanchett's character a lot, I think. And Alec Baldwin is great too. He plays Cate Blanchett's crook, criminal, awful, cheating husband. I know that that's a bit of a stretch for him, but somehow he just manages to make it seem real. The acting is definitely the biggest strength of the film. And I love Woody Allen, of course, who doesn't? He is an icon of tourist filmmaking and screenwriting. And he never makes crap. Okay, I mean, even in the movies that I don't like that much, I'm never going to say, oh, that was a piece of garbage. No. He always, he gives you quality, but that doesn't mean that he's flawless. In this movie, I think there were some issues that I kind of couldn't get over. I mean, this just could be my own issue. I may have just seen A Streetcar Named Desire too many times. I may have read it too many times, read the play, but I could not get it out of my head. I felt that Blue Jasmine, it's not exactly like A Streetcar Named Desire, but it was so heavy-handed that I didn't feel it had enough originality. If you've ever read Tennessee Williams, those are big shoes to fill. If you're going to do something that is inspired by Tennessee Williams, you better bring it. There's just something about that Tennessee Williams poetry that is so profound and so powerful, and I just don't think that this film quite matched it. I'll give you a perfect example of somebody who really took a previous work and made it their own, made it completely original. That would be David Lynch's Mulholland Drive, which is very inspired by the film Persona by Ingmar Bergman. And they are very, very similar, but yet at the same time, they are so different. David Lynch took it and made it his own and created something very powerful and definitely his own work. And I think in that instance, it worked. In Blue Jasmine's case, I just felt that it did not have enough originality. Yes, it is entertaining, but the characters to me lacked depth. I wanted to learn more about them, and I felt that it lacked that profundity that you get from, you know, Tennessee Williams. Now, before you all start lighting torches and coming at me like an angry mob, know this: I enjoyed the movie. I did. On a certain level, I did. I thought it was enjoyable. I mean, it's hard not to be kind of swept up by it, especially the performances. I just didn't think it was quite as good as some of the work that I have seen from Woody Allen. I think his best work is still behind him. I still think Annie Hall, Hannah and her sisters were great. And even films like Match Point I thought were actually very good, and Vicky Cristina Barcelona. And this one just didn't quite match it, so it was a little underwhelming. It just kind of, I don't know, Blue Jasmine just lacked a je ne sais quoi about it. Je ne sais quoi? I can't believe I just said that. I'm starting to turn into Blanche Dubois. That's scary. But anyway, that is my review. If you have any questions or comments, tell me how you felt about the movie. You can comment, and of course, you can follow me on Twitter. The link is below, as always. And thank you all for listening.